delicious bake this morning, blueberry muffin from the bakery by my house. It is Friday before Gasp posing, so food is a little higher today. That's why I got all that good rice and this beautiful muffin. Exciting times. Do everything I can to try and feel like a human whenever we're in prep, and that includes getting to go to lunch with my wife and daughter. So bring it and stick it in a bowl at the restaurant, but we got some plain ass chicken and rice. Today is a high day of this. There's 300 grams of rice, and then from this place, we eat at this place all the time, I'll just get some green onion and put some sriracha and a drizzle of soy sauce on it. Bon appetit. Bon appetit.
You should be able to undertake and complete anything. Bicep curls. We're gonna complete them.
As one grows to understand life less and less, one learns to live it more and more.
I swear Brooklyn always gets like the most philosophical fortunes when we come here. I get like buy a lottery ticket today or smile, it's contagious, and then Brooklyn gets all the deep philosophies.
What's that?
We all have extraordinary coded within us, waiting to be released. I feel like that should be yours. You're the coder.
There's been, a lot of names come up. There's been a lot of people make a lot of incredible progress. 2 or 3 years ago, people were talking about how the open class, had a big dip. And, last year people were talking about how that's the best it's been since, the late 90s, early 2000s. So, big change in the last couple of years, and that's made, everyone step their game up. I know for me personally, headed into this year, I knew who was already qualified and who I probably wouldn't see, and who wasn't qualified and I probably would see. And it definitely makes you keep your head down and work, So I don't know who's doing Tampa. I don't really care. I don't know who's doing Texas, and I don't really care. Honestly, it's going to be, me and Andrew and several other really great athletes at Texas, and that's going to be a dogfight. he's got an absolutely incredible physique, all the tools in the world, and he's young in the sport, and I guess that could be like the one thing that I got to try and capitalize on. And he's got some like holes in the side shots, and could be a little thicker. So you can say the same thing about me, as I got like holes in my back, and I've never shown up in stage shape. So there's a lot of like what's and ifs headed into the show that just comes down to who wants it and who's going to work. And I like it like that. I like working. So I'm excited headed into these next 3 weeks for Tampa, next 5 weeks for Texas. And I'm focused, I'm having a good time, and feel dangerous in a good way, very good way. Good. Come on. Yep.
So some of the biggest things we've kind of done differently with this prep, and you guys probably saw in today's footage, the logbook tends to be a big part of our training, and if you guys noticed, the logbook was never opened. So one of the biggest focuses we've kind of done this year, and I was thinking is, you're only going to get so strong. You can keep trying to push those numbers, but it's going to create a breaking point mentally, physically. And once the CNS starts to go, cortisol levels go high, it's going to hinder fat loss, it's going to hinder recovery, your fatigue management, all those key components, especially in a prep when you're already depleted. So biggest thing we've done with training, is we've kind of closed the logbook for now, and really focused on, we know how strong we are, but really focus on taking the sets and making them as perfect as possible, and taking that set to absolute failure, to the point where we're not breaking form. We're not sitting there shaking, straining. We're going to actual true muscular failure instead, so that way we can keep our CNS system intact, because it's getting fatigued through the hours, the cardio sessions, the low food. And to me, that's kind of made the biggest difference in Hunter's physique this year, to give us a much fresher look now, because it's not strained and stressed. So really looking forward to see the final package this year, but we're trending in the right direction.
I hear they don't like Casper the Friendly Ghost Gasp posing, so we're gonna get a coat hand brush tonight, and then in the morning we'll go do cardio, train and rinse, and then get another one sprayed on at the end of the day. Hey Amanda. It's obviously the Labrada Classic weekend, so it's kind of an all hands on deck weekend for the family and all of the office staff. So Brooklyn was with Liv for a lot of the day. Liv has a client in the show that she's been looking after, so her and Brooklyn were running around for most of the day, and then my mom and dad actually took Brooklyn, and they went to dinner and then came to their house and have been hanging out. So I'm picking up Brooklyn on the way home. We grab her and then put her down for bed right when we get home, and then Gotta eat 2 more times and then call it a night. So let's grab little miss and then we will head home. Morning, guys. Today is the Labrada Classic, and I am going to be guest posing the Labrada Classic. So I wanted to show y'all, what a day in the life looks like on a day like this. So, anyways, wanted to show y'all what I've started my morning with every single day since last year's Olympia, and I feel like it's made a huge difference for my waistline, and that's something that we're starting to hear people talk a lot about is, what I've been able to do in terms of correcting my waistline this off season. That was the main priority. So most of my health supplements are from Revive. They do a really good job of making, standalone ingredients as well as, ingredients that have multiple ingredients that aim to take care of entire organ systems. They make a product called heart, they make a product called liver, they make a product called blood pressure, they make a product called kidney, and they're all, very, very good, like up-to-date, encompassing formula. So really enjoy their supplements. That's mostly what's in here. So we're gonna go lemon juice, aloe, apple cider vinegar. And while I'm doing this, I'll kind of tell you the purpose of this drink. We do it fasted in the morning, so obviously meaning no food in the stomach. And the purpose of this drink is to prime your digestive system for the day. There's a lot of stuff in it that really is good just for your digestive lining and health, like the glutamine and the aloe that I just threw in there, as well as the greens powder and the psyllium husk that I'll put in. And then the apple cider vinegar and the lemon juice does a great job of acidifying the stomach and getting it ready to accept all the food that you're going to throw in it on the day. And then this is Revive's Digest Aid. Like I said, very encompassing product that really enjoy. These are just electrolytes and minerals. Hit them first thing in the morning with this drink because I go straight from here to do fasted and I sweat like a pig right now. And then last up, like I said, psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is just fiber, so getting a good little bit of fiber in the morning keeps the insides happy. And like I said, today I get a little bit of food today, so it's good that we're priming the digestive system. So give you an idea, the last like 10 days or so, I've been eating 150 grams of rice with meals 1, 2, and 3. And that's it on the day in terms of carbs and the baseline diet. So, yesterday I ate 300 grams per meal for all 5 meals, so 1,500 grams instead of 450. And then today I'll do 300 a meal with the first 3 meals before the guest posing, as well as a muffin pre and some rice cakes like sprinkled throughout with all those meals. So definite good little bump in carbs yesterday and today. So looking forward to seeing what that does with the look. We're lean enough now that, food and, manipulations make a big difference in what I look like. So I've always said this, even if you're absolutely dumb enough to be short-sighted enough that you don't care about your health for any other reason than you want to be like the best bodybuilder on stage, you're going to look significantly better if you're internally healthy. So, even if you are so short-sighted to think there's no life after bodybuilding and you don't want to have a nice, long, healthy, happy life after you're done with this, you're going to look best if you take care of yourself internally. So do yourself a favor and take care of yourself internally. All right, let's go do some cardio. This gym's been incredible. It's like 2 minutes from the house. The owner, Sean, has been, beyond accommodating for me and anyone that I ever have in town. He always lets any friends that are in town, do their fasted cardio or train if they need to. So, huge shout out to Sean Harris and Rise Gym / Rise Barbell. But today is a cool day because they're actually celebrating their anniversary and having a strongman event out back. So while I'm on the stairs doing that boringness, I'm going to give y'all a little sneak peek of what the Rise Barbell looks like and the strongman community here, because it's a cool gym. Wanted to give them some shine for sure. Tam put on last night, slept in it, put the tan sheets on the bed. This is how you know you're an experienced bodybuilding family. You have tan sheets and a tan blanket. You don't get your normal stuff all messed up. But yeah, wanted to show you how funny it was about all of the water running off from this. I get real naked, Nick. I figured. So, it's always been kind of funny to me how hardcore people act like bodybuilding is. You know, the off season of bodybuilding is hardcore. You know, getting in on your deathbed shape is pretty hardcore. But actually competing, it's like a damn beauty pageant, man. You get spray tanned and shaved, and I know a lot of the guys in classic men's physique will actually have some makeup on their faces and stuff. So it's just funny to me, you know. So this is the stuff that I don't find too fun, but definitely is just part of bodybuilding. It's, you know, having the tans on. I really enjoy guest posing. It's really fun to interact with people and, you know, let them see an open pro with their own two eyes. I feel like it's kind of a cool experience for people. So I really love guest posing. It's just, you know, shaving is a task and being tan is nasty, but it is what it is. Meal one going in the tank. Today it is 400 grams of white rice or 110 grams of carbs. 220 beefuses. That is a sirloin, so 90-10-ish fat content. Brown up in the pan a little bit. Your food does not have to taste bad in prep. You know, it can be nowhere near as much as you'd like it to be, but it doesn't have to taste bad too. So like, what can you do to make it taste better? A lot of the things I'm doing right now, you know, you can use flavorful vegetables, garlic, onions, green onions. There's some really good, you know, no-calorie seasonings out there. Little chili powder, little umami mushroom seasoning. Hit it with the low sodium soy. And give it the stirs. I know you can't smell things through the camera, but between that garlic and the onions and then, you know, the chili powder and everything, you're actually starting to get a pretty tasty smelling meal going. Another big prep favorite of mine, truffle, gives a lot of flavor from no calories. Hit it with a little bit of black and white sesame seeds. And then a little bit of the Sweet Poppy Flavor Gang sauce. Recently signed on with Flavor Gang, and I can't tell you how nice it's been having some different flavor profiles to my food, not just soy sauce and sugar-free barbecue. So it's been awesome. Smoking barbecue, a Sweet Poppy, Brett's Butcher sauce. I'm out of a couple of my favorites, like the takeout sauce and the Nerdy Sanchez taco one, but they're all really good and they're all, you know, very low calorie, but they aren't just pure chemicals, is what I like about them.
No sauces like your dad? Yeah.
You know, I've gotten a lot of like, well, if you win Tampa, you're not doing Texas this year, right? Like, no, absolutely not. You know, anyone that's been keeping up with me, you know, since last year's Olympia, I made a very big public and clear deal about the fact that I am doing 2 shows before the Olympia this year because I am going to figure my peak out with Ben. We are definitely tracking to do that. I truly feel, by this weekend I will be in the best shape that I've ever been in my life with 3 weeks to go still. I'm drier than I've ever been at this point, sweating less than when I pose. So, I feel like we're going to nail the peak, the first time around, and then that second show just make it even better. And then, be riding that wave into the Olympia of knowing, we got the creases ironed out and, the kinks worked out. And, headed into that week with that kind of confidence that I know I'm going to be peaked right, that's going to be awesome. That's why the 2 shows, that's the strategy behind them. Having 2 weeks in between them, that's enough time for my body to truly, reload and recover. Having a week in between them is just like a shit show of managing water and, depleting and then filling back out. But having those 2 weeks really gives enough time to, improve things if we want to improve a little bit and, really come with a refreshed, better look even than the first show. I really think the second show will be the best look yet. So, disclaimer, Jordan and I didn't get in a squabble as I walked in the gym and decided to train separate. Second push day of the week on Saturday. Chest is a strong point of his, weak point of mine. We both could use more shoulders and triceps. He's trying to touch his legs twice a week, so on Saturday he trains quads while I train chest, and then we rendezvous for shoulders and triceps. So that's why I'm training by myself currently, while he's training by himself currently.
Yeah, buddy. I got that.
What is up? So we are backstage here at the Labrada Classic, and they're making their way through the Classic guys right now. Bodybuilding's already gone, and I am gonna go after the Classic overall. So I'd probably say like 30, 45 minutes, something like that. So got to get Oompa Loompa up even harder and get pumped up and do the damn thing. It's funny, man, I'm always more nervous to do guest posings than I am to actually compete, because I compete, everything's dialed as well as it can be, and I'm confident in that. Right now, it's, I trained earlier, have a bunch of food in my stomach, kind of flat, whatever, it is what it is. It's gonna be fun though, it's hometown crowd, so that makes me even more nervous, but yeah, it's fun to do this in front of the hometown crowd, so looking forward to it.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, last year's Olympia was the kick to the stomach we all need sometimes. There's been a saying in my head that's been pretty constant, and that is, yesterday's price isn't today's price. And last year I was trying to pay yesterday's price, and I paid for it. So, this year, no stone left unturned, getting the waistline under control, just really doing the work, and day in, day out, taking care of business, doing what I need to do. So, I'm excited.
Well, it looks good. It looks really good. How do you feel about Tampa Pro?
That's where it all started. Tampa Pro was my pro debut. Headed back there to punch my ticket this year. It's got a lot of like rookie season vibes to me. So just keep my head down, working. That's anyone's show, and I'm treating it like that every single day. So I'm working like it too.
Well, with this package, I really feel good about what you're bringing to the Tampa Pro. And then from there, you've got another 8 weeks until, maybe 10 until the Olympia.
From there, I got 2 weeks until we do the Texas Pro in Dallas. And any of y'all that can make it out there, I'd love to have you out there supporting me. That show's been back for 2 years now, and the Canadians won it, and someone from Dubai's won it. So I'm gonna do my best to bring that title back to Texas. I'm excited.